Welcome to Life with Duncan, where we talk about everything from nutrition, movement and mindset to the bullshit that's been holding you back to live your best life, completely raw and unfiltered. I'm your host, Duncan. I'm a featured nutrition and fitness coach, author, business owner, speaker, mum of 3, including twins, and I'm going to let you into the behind the scenes of my life. Oh, and we'll have a bit of a laugh along the way, don't worry. It won't all be serious. I'm going to be the one to make you get uncomfortable with your reality and challenge you to make changes for good. So if you're feeling stuck in where you are in life and are ready to change, this podcast will unpack the reasons why you may be feeling this way and help you with tools to make changes in your life. There's no bullshit here, just real talk. So if you're ready, let's dive in. There's no time like the present. Welcome back to Life with Duncan. My husband, Chris, welcome back.
Guten Tag.
Now, our first episode went crazy. Everybody loved it. We got so much good feedback. I mean, I don't want to make your head explode or anything, but you're a pretty funny guy.
Well, I've been trying to tell you for many years.
It's one thing I do love about you. And I suppose humour is a very good way to capture an audience. So,
Or a woman.
Or a woman. True. So we're back for another episode, which I know you're really excited about.
Yeah, but I didn't know there was going to be 3 of us here.
Oh. Well, yes, actually.
Your guest on your chin.
Oh.
That's what I meant. Not the baby. I see you've added some concealer to your face.
I did add some concealer, yes.
This is now a threesome.
I don't know where it's come from, this pimple.
You might have to pay for excess luggage.
Shut up. Oh my God. Anyway, last time we shared how we met, your past.
My past? Don't make me out to be some sort of murderer. Some serial killer.
He came from a dark place. Our first dates, interesting stories. And then we got to the part when I came to England. I'll find you. And
this is after you gave me chlamydia?
Yeah, this is after.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Just want to put that out there.
And then did the I love yous. Your grandfather got me drunk.
Yeah.
And then currently we're 15 weeks pregnant. I just want to reiterate this. We're 15 weeks pregnant with our 4th baby.
God.
And just to remind the listeners that we did have a conversation when we first got together that was like, yes, we both want kids and we both just want 2.
I think everyone wants 2. There is very rare people on this earth that would want any more than 2.
2 would have been a good number.
2 would have been a great number.
Unfortunately, we didn't get that, did we? I just wanted to clarify that before we got going. We just wanted 2 and there's number 4 in here.
That is the last.
So today we're going to be taking everyone on the next part of the journey. And if you've loved the banter and the antics and stories, there's a few new ones in this episode that I haven't shared publicly before.
Well, we haven't had a brief. Well, no, we did have a little briefing, but
no,
I didn't get any sort of briefing of stories you were going to share.
No, but people didn't know, like, for example, I gave you chlamydia, for example. Like, that was a new story.
Yeah, okay, but I don't know if I'm, that comfortable with you then now about to announce you're going to share some more stories. I don't know what stories you plan to share. We also told everyone that I shat myself.
Well, you told everyone you shat yourself.
Because you put me on the spot with a very...
You didn't have to say
direct question.
That was your thing. Anyway, so we'd already had the baby discussion. You had said, yes, you were keen next 5 years. And then you were like, how about the next 2 years? And then you're an impulsive buyer. The sweets at the exit of a supermarket were made just for you.
Oh, well, look, if they're on for $1,
yeah,
you got to pick one up.
Yeah, you're impulsive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm impatient.
Hey?
I'm impatient.
I'm very impatient. Yeah. And so when we got back from England, a few things happened, right? So we got back from England because you were living in your house in Escapade, I was living in my house, but we were spending all that time together.
Yeah.
And we went to the beach one day and you...
And let's just define my house. I was renting, you owned.
Yeah, true. Yeah, correct. And your lease was coming up.
Yes.
Okay. And we went to the beach in Williamstown one day and we're having a lovely time and you're standing out in the ocean and you go, come here, I have something to ask you. I was like, no.
I think I led you to the water.
But no, you were standing there though. I was like, you have something to ask? I was really freaking out. I was like, surely he's not going to ask me to marry him. That's what I thought.
No.
It was either that or you're going to break up with me. I was like, he's either breaking up with me in the middle ocean because he can't he can't run, because I can't run, I won't make a scene, or you were going to ask me to, and I was like, what the fuck?
What would you have said if I asked you to marry you? You would have said yes.
I don't know.
You would have. You
I
would
would have wanted to, but I also would have been like, this is a bit early.
Yeah, you would have. You were full on, like, padlocked. Throw the key away. What do you mean?
Well, anyway.
It followed me of the other
I
side
still
of the world.
freaked out. I was freaking out because there were people around. Anyway, so I get in there.
Sorry.
And I now know why you did it, because I feel like then, I couldn't escape. I was stuck. And you went...
I'm not some sort of like... I'm not trying to hold you captive. You started this podcast saying my past. Now you're like saying I interrogated you into the sea so you couldn't escape.
No, but like, anyway, there's moments where it's like, I have to have answered. Like, I couldn't have got out of it. I couldn't have been like, oh, I just need to go to the bathroom. Or, oh, shivers, I've got another call. I was literally standing in the middle of the ocean and got to be like, anyway, but you said, so my lease is coming up. No, I can either sign another 12-month lease or I could just move in with you.
Well, it makes sense. Financially, it would have been stupid for me to carry on paying someone else's mortgage off.
Yeah.
For a period of 6 or 12 months.
Yeah, I mean, and lucky this has worked out, because otherwise
it just would have been you would have kicked me out and I would have had to,
it was so early. Well, this was the March. 4 months after meeting each other, you're moving in. You were like, I don't want to pay my rent. Can I move in?
Free rent.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then...
So we did.
So we moved in.
Everything went well. I brought a fridge. I remember you having a go at me when I turned up with the truck. You telling me like, that can't come in, that can't come in. You've got too much stuff. I was like, okay.
Well, why did the house look nice? Anyway, so you move in. You literally hadn't been in more than a couple of weeks. And then you said...
I want a cat.
I want a cat. I was like, this guy's like not going anywhere.
I was, laying the foundations.
Laying the foundations.
With pussy.
Yeah.
My ex didn't like cats, and I always wanted a cat.
You did say that.
I was adult enough to own a pet, and I didn't want a dog because they're too much responsibility.
Yeah. So I got you Bexy for your birthday.
Yeah, Burmese.
Early birthday present.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? And then Bexy came home, and he was so cute. And then literally straight away we were like...
He got lonely, didn't he?
He got lonely, he needed a friend.
He needed a friend. So Bexy got Poshy?
Bexy got Poshy. You going to cry?
No.
Oh. So we got Bexy and Poshy. Oh, you are going to cry. It's like you're going to cry?
No, it's obvious I don't like thinking about it.
No, we don't have... Bexy and Poshy are no longer...
No, they're no longer with us.
That story will come. But we got Bexy and Poshy, and they were our first babies. And that was so cute, weren't they?
Yep.
We loved them so much. Anyway, so we've moved in and got cats within literally 5 months of knowing each other. It's moving pretty quickly. And then you said to me, how about we try for a baby next year?
Whoa.
What?
No, we had a conversation about babies first. I didn't just be like, I've got 2 cats, then now let's have a baby.
No, but you
skipped a bit.
No, but you kind of were like, I mean, the last conversation we'd had was like in 2 years, like it'd gone from 5 years to 2 years. Now you were like, we could try next year. Yeah,
we had the conversation and you said you wanted a baby by the time you were, how old?
35.
35. Oh my God, you could have turned 40 with 4. Yeah. And I said, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. But then it's just waiting, isn't it? It's just faffing around.
Just impatient.
But part of me wishes we did wait.
Yeah, see?
Because then we could have done more. But if we did wait, it wouldn't have been Harper.
No, true. It's actually
But everyone understands that in terms of...
Yeah. It's funny that you say that, actually, because I actually forgot. So you've said quite a few times, not quite a few times, but you have mentioned a few times over the last year, I wish we'd waited so we had more time, just you and me together to do stuff. But now I remember it. This is your fault.
No, but I also said I wish I would have met you sooner.
Oh, that's right. You said that.
Yeah. Where you're not one to say you've got regrets, but...
No, I don't.
I'm not bothered about any of my last relationships because I wish I would have met you sooner and then done things.
But we wouldn't have our kids. These wouldn't be, and we might not be here.
If I could grab a clock and be like, okay, meet Danny when I was...
but were you ready though?
Mid-20s, probably mid-20s.
Were you ready in your mid-20s though?
26. At least give us 3 or 4 years, just me and you. So that would have been meeting you around 26. Go and do, travel, probably would have had my Louis Vuitton backpack by now and done other things. Yeah. And then we could have had kids.
You know how I feel about that though? Well, you change one thing in life and changes everything.
Yeah, that's you and your, crystal ball.
Everyone needs to read the Midnight Library. So we've got cats, we've moved in, and then I'm not sure what the order was actually. I think you ended up buying half the house off me. Yeah,
well, your dad helped you buy your ex-husband out.
Yeah.
Yes, you were married before.
Ex-boyfriend, though.
Oh, yeah, forgot that. You had an ex-husband, got divorced, got a new boyfriend, bought a house with him. Yeah, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, sorry.
So
there's just too many men, too many men, too many men, too many men.
Yeah, so Dad helped me buy him out, and then you actually ended up buying that half anyway, so I could pay Dad back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we owned...
So I'd gone from renting to owning half a house.
With 2 cats?
With 2 cats.
In less than a year.
Yeah.
That is speedy. And you turned 30 as well.
You.
You used to turn 30, remember, in the May.
Yeah.
I did that was the epic birthday present, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What'd I do?
He took me to Hamilton Island, which I knew about. Did I know we were going to Qualia?
I'm not sure.
I didn't know
go to
what Qualia
Qualia
was.
That time.
So we went to Hamilton Island.
Was that your 30th?
Yeah. No.
No, that was the next year. Oh my God, I got you a Louis Vuitton bag for a non-birthday? Yeah, for a 31st.
Was it?
The 30th, we went to Beach Club. I did the treasure hunt for you. The 30 presents treasure hunt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you organised the party
Birthday.
with the rock wrestling
With
cake.
the rock wrestling cake, yeah.
Still got that figure.
Yeah.
Have I got to do this 40 treasure hunt for you?
No, I mean, you can do whatever you like, but that was epic, wasn't it? I took you all over Melbourne, didn't I? We went go-karting.
Go-karting, yeah. You were crap at
lunch.
that.
It was crap.
But fair play. You took me,
yeah.
came go-karting.
And then when did we end up? We ended up at dinner, maybe? It was a whole day. It took us the whole day. That was good. I was good. That was a good present.
Yeah, spin on.
Anyway, so you turned 30. Anyway, this is a bit morbid, but we hadn't been together that long, but obviously we were very much in love and it was all going very well. And I was a bit funny at work. I wasn't loving work. Nothing was really aligning with me. It wasn't with my values and morals, and I was speaking up too much and getting in trouble for it.
That's not like you. Say what you're thinking. No one puts Danny in the corner.
No one tells me what to say. I'm going to say what I want to say. But then I lost a staff member, didn't I? Cassie. She was 21 and she just suddenly passed away with a brain aneurysm one day. We were in there, weren't we, in the hospital, and she passed away, and it was absolutely horrible. One of the worst experiences of my life, losing her.
Yeah.
And in the same week, my stepdad, Wayne, got diagnosed with thyroid cancer and got told he had 5 months to live. And it was a really hard week.
Fast forward 6 years and he's still here.
Yeah,
you would never know.
You'd never know. It's his mindset, right? Like, I think I need a whole episode on Wayne. Actually, I should get Wayne on my podcast around mindset. That's a great idea. Anyway, so that was a really hard week. And I just remember you just being a rock for me. Now I'm going to cry. You were a rock for me then.
Well, I'm not going to do anything else, am I?
No, I know, but I think, when you're still getting to know someone in that first year.
We owned a house.
No, I know, but you're still getting to know each other's personality, how they react in situations and how they respond in stressful situations. I think is really important in a relationship. Like, do they freak out? Do they go away? Do they hollow in? And you were just there for me. You were there for me the whole time. You came to the hospital with Cassie. You came to her funeral. You came to her wake. You were there for me.
I think that was the first funeral I'd been to as well.
Oh, was it?
I don't think I've been to.
It was horrible, wasn't it? That young. It was horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't nice.
And then with Wayne as well, you were like, if you need to go down to Canberra, like, you just do what you have to do. And it was just, I know, like, you should expect that, but I know that a lot of people would draw back in that situation, especially after not being together for very long. So you were my rock in that situation. But what it did for me as well is it made me realize that how precious life was and how short it was. And it wasn't long after that I decided, I kept saying too much at work, and it was a mutual decision that I would leave the company and get some long service leave. And it had fucking no idea what I was going to do. During that time, you then said to me, let's just try for a baby now then.
Well, why not? We both had spare time.
Which was weird because I didn't have a job. So probably, I had getting a long service leave, and it wasn't probably great that I had no job and you were like, let's have a baby. So we tried for a baby. I came off the pill and straight away we got pregnant.
Yep.
And we were so excited. You got a little pair of Converse, didn't you?
Yeah.
You bought a pair of Converse straight away.
Yeah. Pair of white, like, high tops.
Yeah. And you know what's funny in that first pregnancy, and maybe people do think about this, but I didn't even think miscarriage was an option. I hadn't ever heard of anyone having a miscarriage. I didn't know of anyone that had a miscarriage at that stage. My only friend that had a baby at that stage was Lana. At that stage, she'd had no miscarriages. And so we were just on top of the moon. And then I went to Hamilton Island with Kristen the next week.
On top of the moon? Isn't it over the moon?
On top of the moon? Over the moon.
I don't think anyone said, oh yeah, we're on top of the moon.
I do that a lot, don't
Just moving the bottom of the sun. Now on top of the moon.
We were over the moon. But I'd booked on a holiday to go with Kristen because Kristen and I had won. We did a beautiful bidding thing for Cassie to raise money for the hospital and the ICU unit. And Kristen and I, won the few nights in Hamilton. So we decided it would be really nice for the both of us to go. Kristen was one of Cassie's best friends and I was obviously, her manager. So we went to Hamilton Island and then night 1 in, night 2 in, I got cramps and I was like, what's happening? I didn't even think it was an option to lose a baby. And I miscarried, didn't I, on holiday, which I've now realised is the second miscarriage I've had on a holiday.
I was looking at your iPad then saying while on holiday, I'm like, okay, you've done that. Yeah. Well, the other one was on a plane. You had to take it one step further, didn't you?
I know, but isn't that funny? I didn't even think of it like that.
It's not funny. But...
No, it's not funny, no. Yeah, so and you weren't even with me.
No.
I was grateful Kristen was with me. She was beautiful as well. But I lost that baby on that holiday.
Mm.
And again, it was devastating. And when we got back, I remember seeing the doctor and saying, is it okay to try straight away? Like, it instilled in us how much we wanted a baby, hadn't it?
Yeah.
So we tried straight away. But the thing was...
Got back on the horse?
Well, we went to Queenstown. Was that before that? No, it was before that. We went to Queenstown. Oh, we've skipped a bit. We went to Queenstown, do you remember?
I've been silent for the majority of this story, so we haven't skipped anything. We went to Queenstown, did Queenstown.
Yeah.
And then we went past a jeweller, and of course Danny walks in. I went left to look at the watches, and then she went right to look at the rings. And you even got it out.
I was just looking.
You got it out of the glass cabinet. That is more than looking.
I was thinking, maybe I can just drop some hints to what I like.
So I get shit for taking you into the water and asking to move in, and then you're now dragging me into a jeweller, taking the ring out of the cabinet onto your finger.
He was like, do you want me to write it down? And I was like, go ahead, just in case. Write it down on a piece on a card. So I put it in my wallet. Maybe, you'll see it or remember it's there.
See it? I was with you.
I know. Anyway, so I didn't think anything of it, to be honest, after that. It left my mind completely. But that's an important sort of part of the story, isn't it, Queenstown?
Mm.
Anyway, so we get back, we get pregnant, had the miscarriage, and then we'd booked a 5-week holiday to America and to Bali. So 4 weeks America and a week in Bali.
That was my first time business class, which is, if you've never been business class, part of me wants to say just don't. Because once you've gone business and you come back to economy, it makes economy look even smaller. And I sound like a sport brat, but economy just doesn't cut it anymore.
I know. I was in a good salary though, wasn't I?
But those flights were ridiculous. Those were the flights cheap. Those were the periods of you can go to LA for $800.
Yeah, they were only I think they were only $7,000 each. Those business class flights.
And those were all, that still sounds expensive, but when you throw in all the American flights.
Oh, yeah, as in for all of my...
Yeah, for everything.
Everything. We went here to LA, San Fran to Vegas, Vegas back to San Fran to Atlanta, Atlanta to New York back to Melbourne.
Yeah.
For $7,000.
All business.
Just for perspective, it's about $16,000 to do that now. So this was 2017.
How do you know that? Is that because you're a travel agent?
Yeah.
Book with me.
Danny Duncan, travel managers. And we were on good salaries and we had no kids, right?
Just cats.
Just cats. So went to the plane, turned left, and got mum's a doctor. She said to me, if you want to make sure you hit ovulation, have sex every 2 days from day 10, I think, and you'll get there. And so I was like, right. But we were going to America. So I'd worked out what days we had to have sex.
Oh, God. It was it was very organised.
It was very organised.
That's where you're similar to your dad.
Organised?
Yeah, with lists and stuff and itineraries.
And sex, apparently, but thanks for bringing my dad into it. Anyway, that was a nice side note. Yes, we're in business class. It's amazing. You're like, I'm never flying anything else. And then we get to LA and I'm like, it's a sex day.
Yeah, it's a sex day. And it was if we didn't do it in the morning, it was playing on your mind. It was oh, this is a sex day. This is a sex day. And if I'm tired, I know she's going to want me to do her. So we literally got off the plane, got to the hotel and did it in the shower. We had sex in the shower, didn't we?
Yeah.
Hey, I remember that now.
Yeah.
These are good, these podcasts, aren't they? You start remembering things, don't you?
Things, yeah. And we had it in the shower because I was like, well, may as well get it done now. And it's done.
Yeah, and it had a seat, didn't it?
It did have a seat.
We didn't use the seat, but it did have a seat. Well, you worked out the day that Harper was conceived.
Yeah.
If any of my family listen to this is probably the point where you switch off. Switch off for about 2 minutes.
Yeah, so it was LA, and then we had to have sex in Monterey.
We had sex in every state.
City, yeah. And then we had sex in San Fran, and that's the one I worked out that...
We woke up and heard 2 other people having sex, didn't we? And I was like, well, I'll show him.
Game on. Who can be louder?
I was louder.
You were definitely louder. That was funny, though. Remember, we were like, are they having sex? And we're like, yeah, let's go. Yeah. But that was definitely the day we conceived Harper. When I worked it backwards. But then we, as per mum's instructions, we had to still keep having it every 2 days. I didn't want to miss the window.
Fun times. Thanks, Julie.
So, we went to LA. We went to Universal. Got a...
Butterbeer. How good's butterbeer?
Oh, we did have some butterbeer.
Yeah, Harry Potter World.
Harry Potter World.
The rides sends me a bit.
It did send you sideways, didn't it?
Yeah.
You're
I get a bit of motion sickness
that, yeah.
and came off feeling a bit lightheaded after that.
Then we had booked, because I wanted to see the Chainsmokers, and I found out that they were in Vegas whilst we were there.
Yeah.
So we added a flight in.
Flew to Vegas. Went for dinner at some nice restaurants. Asian mixed with Mexican and that big guacamole bowl.
Yes, that was so good. We had a corner suite at the Cosmopolitan because it was so cheap midweek.
That's where you bought me the All Saints leather jacket as well.
Yeah, I did buy you All Saints leather jacket.
I did buy you a lot of presents. This is because this podcast has consisted of you buying me a lot of things and me...
Just dragging along.
Yeah, just tagging along.
But we thought, the ticket said it started at, what's it, 10?
Oh, yeah.
So we get there because we also...
Lined up for a good 50 minutes.
50?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was ages. And then we get to the entrance.
We got in.
Yeah, we got in. And then they were like, I said, I'm just checking what time they come on. 1 a.m.
Yeah, I think it was closer to 2.
And we were like...
Yeah,
and
we're
in
out of
America
this.
at that stage, you could still smoke, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Inside.
Yeah.
And so we were in this club. And granted, guys, remember that we were trying to get pregnant. So, like, I didn't want to drink, did I?
And weren't we flying out early the next day?
Flying early the next day. I didn't want to drink. And when, not that I'm saying you have to have drink to have fun, but when you're in a bar with two people that aren't drinking and there's smoke everywhere and you're hoping you're pregnant, you can't
wait until 1 a.m.
Wait until 1 a.m. What the fuck are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
So we were like, well, we came all the way to see the Chainsmokers, and unfortunately, we're not going to go see them. So we turned around and went and played. What did we play?
I knew you'd forget this.
Aladdin.
No!
Oh. What did we play? Was it not Aladdin?
No.
Simpsons.
I've started now. So I'll continue. Yeah, Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka. On the pokey. Not pokey, like a...
you think you just push a button.
Yeah.
And we won some money.
We did get a bit of money, didn't we?
Then we got delayed
Oh my God.
going to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because there was a power cut in Atlanta Airport.
Atlanta, biggest airport in the world.
Yep. So we got delayed a night, didn't we?
All our flights were supposed to be business, and they downgraded us.
Yeah.
From San Fran all the way to Atlanta. And we were like...
That was tough.
That was tough, but we were pissed off, weren't we? We ended up getting compensation. We sound like spoiled brats, but I paid for business class.
Yeah.
And we'd, obviously been stuffed around. Like, we'd gone all the way to Vegas to see a show we didn't see. Then we were delayed in San Fran for a night. And then we had to get all the way to Atlanta to see your friends, your family, your American family. And that was really fun. So we spent, 5 nights with them, and then went to New York. For Christmas.
That was good.
That was so good. So we had like 5 nights in New York.
Yeah.
And my period was due on Christmas morning. And so I did a test Christmas morning, and Christmas morning we found out...
Happy doggy.
Happy doggy! That was the best Christmas.
Yeah.
And we booked lunch at the Plaza. I couldn't have the champagne.
Have any of the prawns or the champagne?
No. That was all included as well.
Yeah.
So we paid so much money for this lunch, and I literally could have the turkey and the potatoes. That was good, though. But it was, remember, when we got there, it was cold, but it wasn't that cold. But then there was that cold snap.
It was just... The skies were blue.
Yeah.
But it was so cold.
So
Christmas in New York, you're not going to beat that.
Can't beat it. It was snowing. It was great. It was beautiful, wasn't it? And then we had to go home because Mum was having her 50th birthday party. We got there and I got really sick. Do you remember I was at the airport? I got really sick, like a virus of some sort. Anyway, we get back to Canberra. We were delayed as well, and she was worried we weren't going to make it. And then we got back, and the day came to have her birthday party. And everyone seemed to be clued on with what was going on except me.
Yeah. She had changes of dresses.
And it wasn't. She got married.
She got married.
Her and Wayne got married. It was beautiful. And I had to be a witness.
Yeah.
That was gorgeous.
And then we pissed off to Bali.
And then we pissed off to Bali.
Yeah, a week to 10 days it was.
10 days.
That was good. Those villas were good.
They were good. That was beautiful, yeah.
You can't go wrong with Bali.
So we were pregnant at this time. We were a bit anxious, weren't we? We were scared to tell people, because I think when we first got pregnant before we told all our family straight away, it was really exciting. And then we were like,
At least wait till the...
Let's wait.
Safe
in
inverted
zone.
commas, 12-week stage.
Yeah. And so we didn't really tell many people. So remember, I didn't have a job either, and I'd gotten a job. I'd got interviewed and I'd gotten a job, and I didn't tell them I was pregnant. Well, I didn't know I was pregnant.
That's it. You got offered the job the day before we left for America, didn't you? Yeah.
And then I got pregnant in America. So when I started, I was pregnant. So I didn't deceive them.
Didn't lie.
I didn't know. But I probably should have, well, it doesn't matter, I got the job. But then I decided to start a blog, didn't I? I wrote my first blog on the plane from New York back to Melbourne.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to share my experience of going from like someone that's really confident in their body and has had these, prior issues with their body and everything, to going to new motherhood. And so I wrote my first blog. And then when we were in Bali, I did my website and you came up with the name.
Yep.
The figure. And then we were going to launch it at the 12-week mark. And so the figure was born. And I started writing some blogs then. And you shot a little photo shoot of me at the pool.
Yeah. You lean on the side of the pool. What a name. You have to think, not just an Instagram name, you have to think the offsets of it. The figure training plans, the figure coaching, it just all, it's all just blended in. It's perfect.
It was just all you, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
I'm just the brains behind that. What is the face?
All right. So we're pregnant. Happy Doggy's in there. We did find out it was a girl.
Yep.
And we
did a gender reveal.
We did a gender reveal, yeah. So Mum knew. She ordered the poppers.
Got them sent to our house.
And then what happened?
They got delivered and I put them on the table and I think it was Poshy, the cat, jumped up, knocked them off, and as I picked them up, they had a pink sticker on the bottom.
Oh, so you knew.
So I knew it was a girl.
But you didn't tell me you knew.
No.
I hated that.
You only found out, a couple of months afterwards.
I know. So we did the gender reveal.
But again, what a guy. Could have just ruined that. But I thought, no, don't want to ruin your surprise. I'll act surprised, and you thought I was surprised. I'm a bloody good actor.
Which is a bit scary. And we found out it was a girl.
Yep.
And we'd already named her because you are just obsessed with.
It was whoever I was having a child with. If it was a girl, it was getting called Harper.
Harper. So she was Harper Ivy Margaret. Because I was a bit traditional back then. I was like, no, she needs to have my middle name. And I just don't want her to just be Margaret. And I liked Ivy. And I think Ivy was like my great-great-grandmother as well.
But so. Margaret's my mum's
and Margaret's
middle
your
name.
mum's middle name. So that was kind of nice. So she's Harper Ivy Margaret. But you were planning something in the background. So I think maybe we'll save to next episode as to what you were doing in the background.
Always planning.
Always planning.
Always planning.
Scheming. You're a schemer.
Wheeler and dealer. Ducker and diver. Easy geezer.
But you're planning something different. So maybe we can save that for next time. But I think next time as well, because you're going to make a regular appearance on here, aren't you?
I think I should.
I think you should too.
If you want the ratings to stay high, I think I should make an appearance.
But maybe for the next episode, I'll get you to give your opinions on particular topics that people want.
Oh.
What do you think?
Yeah, but this is dangerous. Because I'm very honest and just down to the point.
So people think I'm honest, you're worse. Like you make me cringe sometimes.
I was about to speak then, but I don't know.
Hey?
I was about to say something then, but I don't know if I should. Yeah, I'm going to say it. Like when people are complaining about, no, I shouldn't.
Just say it. Just say it.
Like when people are moaning about, I can't lose weight, or like, I'm going to have this. Like, put the chips down, Karen. Take the C off chips and what do you get? It's not hard. Put the chips down, put the burger down, have a salad and shut the fuck up.
Yeah. It's funny because when I do coaching calls, you listen to me and you're like, fuck, Danny, you're so patient and you're so good at what you do. Oh. You're like, I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Stop fucking eating the chocolate.
Just stop eating it. You want to lose weight, man.
So if people want to give...
Now you're training blokes. And I'm like, come on, man. Go for a run. Stop drinking beer.
Yeah, but they just need me to tell them that.
Again and again and again and again.
Yeah. To be honest, you need some help stopping some things too.
I couldn't believe how much you cost. Jesus. I'm like, when I found out how much they were paying her.
But they all get results.
They do, granted, but
some of them come back for more.
I'd be like Commando off The Biggest Loser, I would. Put the grains down, you're not a cow.
Grains are very good for you, thank you very much. So
you'd be like the Michelle Bridges.
But yeah, I thought people can send some things through. So if you have something in mind that you want Chris's opinion on, send them across to the figure or Life with Danny Duncan. So the figure _ on Instagram or Life with Danny Duncan.
Anything
that you want Chris's opinion on. Next episode we'll do sort of going into parenthood, and
this has just got mic drop memes written all over it.
Yeah, and then we'll do Chris's opinions on subjects, which will be really fucking funny.
I am sentimental. I've got a heart.
You are very sentimental and you do have a heart. I'm
compassionate.
You're very compassionate and you hate seeing me or the kids upset or...
And I don't like making people upset.
No.
So I think if I was a coach, I'd have to be like, he'd probably put the chips down. Was that a wise choice? Should we have gone for the carrots and cucumber or the Doritos? Next time we'll work on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Except behind closed doors, you just say how you
I'll be putting the phone down. I'm like, for fuck's sake, Karen, man, put the chips down. You've got no willpower.
Yeah. But you know what? I've said this before, though. You were someone that I think that would least likely
Can we just emphasise that you haven't got a coaching client called Karen?
I do not have a coaching
It's just,
client.
you know what I mean? Karens.
But you also are one of the people that has the least likelihood of having an eating disorder.
Any sort of mental
health issue.
No.
Like you're practical,
Just deal with it.
Yeah, you don't hold trauma.
No.
Although I think you do hold trauma in some ways.
You say this.
But
that's another episode.
That's another episode. But you're good at dealing with things and then moving on.
Yeah. You deal with it. You close the book.
Yeah.
And you just move on.
Yeah.
Get a new book.
Yeah, you are good at that. But at the same time, you do also understand why you're good with me and compassionate with me when I hold on to things. I don't hold on to things, but when it takes me longer, especially when things that are happening to me and not you.
Women hold on to things.
Oh, here we go.
And on that note.
All right. Yeah, so send anything through if you have in mind. Send us a message at @the__ life of Danny Duncan. And yeah, until next time, my love.
I was going to cheers the mic then, but that
it might be a bit loud.
A loud noise.
Yeah. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. If something resonated with you, click follow so you don't miss the next episode and send me a DM on Instagram @the__. It means the world to me to know that you're loving these episodes. If you're wanting more accountability and tools to implement changes in your life, head to the link in the show notes and book a free call with me. And if you want to get started right now, download our free resource, 5 simple things that will change your life. I can't wait to be back in your life next week. And trust me, you won't want to miss this episode.